What's up guys, it's Tommy here and Liverpool have won 4-0 against Accrington Stanley in the FA Cup third round. Of course, we played against the 4th division side Accrington Stanley, but this was such a romantic FA Cup tie. I'm sure you are familiar with the Milk Edward where the kid says, Accrington Stanley, who are they? This was just such a brilliant tie, and the Accrington Stanley player, who is a Liverpool fan and his whole family supports Liverpool, and I think his name is Woods, and he's coming to Liverpool games regularly. He actually hit the bar. Imagine what the story that would have been for him to score at Anfield, but I'm sure that this game will live long in his memory, and I think Arne Slot got this perfectly right, the team selection. A few Liverpool fans were moaning, why is Chiesa not starting, why have we wasted £10 million on him? He was ill the past few days, like the majority of the Liverpool squad. I said in my Tottenham-Liverpool post-match video that Kwanzaa had to be substituted because he was ill. Soboslai was ill for the past 2 games, and Chiesa struggled with an illness. It was some kind of flu or virus which swept through the Liverpool squad. That's why we have been below par against Man United and against Tottenham. But now, even with our second or third team, we smashed Accrington Stanley 4-0, and Chiesa came on at halftime for Soboslai, who did really well. He got some minutes, and Chiesa finally scored his first goal for Liverpool. But also, new record, Rio Ngumoha broke another record. He became the youngest Liverpool player ever to start for Liverpool in all competitions at just 16 years old and 135 days old. At just 16 years old, playing for Liverpool in front of a packed Anfield, in front of like 60,000 fans. What a story. I mean, I'm sure you remember when you were 16 years old. Can you imagine playing for Liverpool, making your starting debut for Liverpool at just 16 years old? Absolutely brilliant. What a story. And he completed the most dribbles and he had the most take-ons in the first half. So Arne Slot said that you could see why many people think Ngumoha is such a huge talent. And you know how mad Chelsea are that we poached Ngumoha from them? They banned Liverpool scouts from attending Chelsea youth games. That's how mad they are that we got this huge talented kid. And also youth academy striker Jadon Dance, who hasn't started any games for Liverpool yet. He scored 3 goals, all in the FA Cup, in 7 substitute appearances. He played for 100 minutes in total in those 7 games where he came on as a substitute, and he has 3 goals in 100 minutes of football. Such a natural finisher. And I don't understand the Liverpool fan base that we have won 4-0. We have had a really good game, and yet a lot of people are slating Darwin Núñez. Yes, Darwin Núñez probably should have scored 2 goals again, but he gave an absolutely brilliant assist, and he worked hard, and he was again unlucky. And there is still half a season left for Darwin Núñez to find his goal scoring boots. At the moment, right now, it looks like Darwin Núñez will be sold in the summer, because if he doesn't improve his finishing, and he just needs to be more composed, more calm, more clinical in front of goal. Take a leaf out of the book of Jota or Salah. But sometimes, you know, some strikers just have this natural instinct of being ice cool in front of goal, like Jadon Dance has it, Jota has it, Salah has it, I think, and others as well, even though Salah is not a striker, I know. But you shouldn't slate Darwin Núñez too much. He's still a Liverpool player, and it's much more productive if you praise him, if you encourage him. And let's see where we are with Darwin Núñez at the end of the season. Also, big news broke that Kvaratskhelia has publicly asked to leave Napoli, and PSG are in talks with Napoli. But hopefully Liverpool will enter the race, because in the next week Kvaratskhelia will leave Napoli, and Liverpool should actually try to sign him. We should throw everything at signing him, and if it softens the deal, then, you know, I would sell Darwin Núñez in the summer transfer window. For January, I would keep him, bring in Kvaratskhelia if you can, and sell Darwin Núñez in the summer right now that's the most likely scenario. But at the moment PSG are in pole position because they have already negotiated a contract with Ngumoha. And Robbie Fowler said that what Darwin Núñez needs to learn is to be more calm, more composed. When he has time to think about it, he usually doesn't score. When he acts on natural instinct, that's when he scores a lot of goals. Robbie Fowler said, we are saying the same things now that we were saying 2 years ago. That Darwin Núñez is raw, he's this, he's that. We can't keep saying that. So for me, the more I see him, the more I think he's not a Liverpool player. That's what he said before the game. And I think after the game, he probably will say the same things or similar things. And also Wataruendo, what a performance from him. And I think we have a player who is reminding us of James Milner, because James Milner was an absolutely brilliant, no-nonsense player who was one of the oldest players in the squad. He was happy to play in whatever position, right back, centre back, left back, centre defensive midfielder. I remember James Milner had to play like right back for a full season, and he just played there without complaining. And he played there like he played there all his life, when it was a pretty new position for him. So I would be happy to keep Endo around for one more season, just to have him as an insurance policy. When Liverpool have an injury to a centre-back, then we can fully rotate the squad. So today Kwanzaa played with Endo at centre-back, and then when Endo went off, James McConnell played as a centre-back. I thought Ngumoha did really well. Jota scored a brilliant goal after a great counter-attack. Liverpool opened the scoring. First 30 minutes, Accrington Stanley were in the game. They frustrated Liverpool. Liverpool didn't play with enough tempo and intensity. But when Szoboszlai picked the ball up after, a corner from Accrington Stanley, he puts the ball onto Trent Alexander-Arnold on the right wing. He first time passes it to Darwin Núñez, who races clear. And this time Núñez made a perfect decision, passing it across goal, low and hard, into the path of Jota, who slots it home into the empty net. Such a brilliant goal. And Trent Alexander-Arnold, our scouser in the team, scored an absolute banger. A beautiful goal. I think the Trent Alexander-Arnold criticism was over the top against Man United as well. He probably was ill, like some of the Liverpool squad. So I think that Trent Alexander-Arnold, now that he's recovered from his illness, he played like 60 minutes and he was brilliant. But this goal that he scored, Conor Bradley and most other right backs can't score that type of goal regularly. Trent Alexander-Arnold has scored that type of goal regularly, and it's not an accident because he has an absolute wonderful right foot. He's an absolute magician with the ball. He just puts it perfectly top corner in off the far post. Stupendous goal. And at 2-0 at halftime, it was a lot more calm and composed the second half. And Accrington Stanley came back into it. He probably deserved the goal. They should have scored. They had a free header, which was over the bar. They hit the bar, and they had some good chances. But ultimately, Chiesa scored the fourth goal after hitting the base of the post. He was so unlucky. He came on, and the first 15-20 minutes, Chiesa looked a little bit rusty. But after that, he came into the game. And Jadon Dance scored after Chiesa's shot was blocked or saved, I think, by the keeper, and Jadon Dance scored the rebound. Let's talk about Darwin Núñez. My opinion is he's just too anxious to score at the moment. He looks like he's a player who is like too emotional in front of goal. He's not calm enough, composed enough, and he really should have slotted the chance home when the goalkeeper makes a save from Trent Alexander-Arnold's shot. Then the ball deflects into Darwin Núñez's path. He takes a touch, and then he just tries to score a banger under the bar, but he shoots over the bar. And in other instances, he had some shots which was saved by the goalkeeper or blocked. He could have passed at one time. Harvey Elliott was fuming at Darwin Núñez, but Liverpool so far, like almost the perfect game. Harvey Elliott got a big knock on his ankle. It looked like he could be injured, but then he could play the rest of the game. So hopefully Harvey Elliott is not injured, and the rest of the team went through without an injury. And we rested like almost more than half of our first team. More than half of our team that usually starts: Luis Diaz, Gakpo, Salah, McAllister, Gravenberch, Konate, Van Dijk, Robertson. These guys were all rested. Conor Bradley came on as a substitute. Tsimikas looked pretty good, and I would actually start Tsimikas against Nottingham Forest because Robertson looked like he's just not at his best. Of course, Trent Alexander needs to start against Nottingham Forest because his passing range is just absolutely world class. And these guys, the team, the first team, especially Gravenberch, Salah, Gakpo, Diaz, they deserve the rest because they have been going non-stop for like 3 months, playing almost every 3 days. Jadon Dance said, "I thought I did well, hopefully more to come. The coach has put faith in me. Today I'm grateful, hopefully I can do even more for him." I mean, some people are going crazy saying you should start Jadon Dance instead of Darwin Núñez. I mean, Jadon Dance is not ready for regular Premier League football. His physicality is not there yet, but he could have substitute appearances here and there, and it's great to have some young strikers who could come on and contribute. And I think we should actually loan out the Jadon Dance to either a bottom half Premier League team or maybe top half Championship club, because he needs first team football, he needs adult men's football to really showcase his talents. And now Liverpool are awaiting the draw for the FA Cup 4th round. I hope we go far in this competition as well. Liverpool and Arne Slot need to trust the squad more. We need to use Harvey Elliott more, Endo, and all the other players. And sometimes you could even throw on Jadon Dance and they will contribute. And Liverpool should rest sometimes the players a little bit more. What Arne Slot was afraid of is, and the reason why Elliott didn't play against Tottenham, I thought Arne Slot explained that brilliantly, as sometimes when a player misses 5, 6, 7 weeks without playing and you throw them into the deep end in the Premier League, it's impossible, almost impossible to play at the top level from the first minute. You need a few games to get up to the speed of the Premier League, which is relentlessly fast, really physical. Chiesa has struggled with that pace and physicality. The Premier League is a lot more physical and a lot faster than the Serie A. But now I think Chiesa has his injury problems behind him, so hopefully he will be able to give Salah some breathing room, and sometimes we can rotate Salah as well, because we need to have a fit Salah for the second half of the season. Then we have a great chance of winning the Premier League title. Jadon Dance also said, "I'm delighted to get my goal, buzzing to keep scoring. I've been out for a while." And first team football, of course, is different intensity to any football. So I think we have a great talent in Jadon Dance, and hopefully Liverpool can do something about the transfer market. Arne Slot said the reason why Chiesa didn't start was because he was ill for the past 2 days. So it wasn't like he can't handle the intensity of Accrington Stanley. He just had a flu or a virus. That's why he only played one half. But he was brilliant. I think first 20 minutes it was okay, but after that Chiesa was much better. And I'm really happy with Liverpool going through and with so many of our young players getting a chance. It was great to see Trainioni play as well. He's such a brilliant talent as well. Liverpool have a bright future with all these youngsters coming through. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.